It's a pleasure to see you both, gentlemen.
Very nice to meet you.
I was watching the movie and thinking it must have been great fun for everybody. Right impression?
I think so. I think it's it's funny and suspenseful, and it's got a little something for everybody.
You meet Bruce and you realize he has this unexpected sense of humor, right? Is it the right impression too?
Yeah, it is. You know, he's. You know, I really didn't quite know what to expect meeting Bruce. I'd heard a lot of, you know, great things about him, and I was just, happy to find that all my expectations were, really exceeded. He's a great guy, and we had a lot of fun.
He can't say you're a bad guy because you're here, but I'm
sure
the
bad guy.
Okay.
How much do you enjoy the process of action movies? Because there's a lot going on in them.
Not necessarily action movies, but I enjoy the process of just making films. That's my favorite time. There's a pre-production time that I can't wait for that time to be over, and there's a period of time after the film is out or just before it comes out when we have to do this and talk about it and talk about your work, even before some people have seen it or even before I've seen it sometimes. But I like actually trying to tell a story from typewritten words.
When you're surrounded by very famous actors on a set, does it make it more daunting?
No, I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't say more daunting is not the way to approach it, and I certainly wouldn't have been doing myself any favors if that's the way I was going to think about it. To me, I just looked at it like a wonderful opportunity to watch people who are at the top of their game and to learn from them. And it was a great experience. I mean, Helen Mirren, Morgan Freeman, John Malkovich, Bruce Willis, Mary-Louise Park,
Richard Dreyfuss, Ernest Borgnine,
James Remar.
James Remar.
You don't know who else is dailies to watch, do you? It's fun.
No, yeah.
What's great about graphic novels is that you have the backstory of characters, but you can also imagine all sorts of things about them. Is that how you approached it? And do you enjoy graphic novels in general?
The graphic novel in this case represented the first act of the film, Act 1 of the film, and the Hober brothers wrote everything else and filled in everything else. I think they did a really good job. I think it's a really ambitious film to try to combine romance and comedy and action all in the same movie.
And how was it for you? I mean, you joined in the beginning, and then all of a sudden, everybody else is in it. Is it fun?
It's fun, yeah. It's fun, like a picnic. We just laughed every day. We just and shot a film while we were having fun and eating good food and telling a big fun story.
Was it as physical as it felt watching it?
Yeah, it was pretty grueling. Bruce and I trained for about 3 weeks to do that fight. Took us 2 weeks to shoot it, and we talked a lot about it. We both felt that we wanted to put something up there that was, gritty and real, and that had a real impact. Because this is a very funny film, but that fight's really there to remind the audience of what's at stake.
Is it also what you always keep in mind, the tone of the movie, the kind of humor that it is? Do you think about it a lot?
There are a lot of different tones in this film, and while the comedy's going on and a little bit of romance goes on, or something's being blown up or shot at, I like the fact that Karl and I have a really right to the edge of being too violent fight scene that really kind of stands for our relationship in the film. That he's trying to kill me and I'm trying to kill him, or keep from getting killed. And it's a thin line from violence to safety, and we always stayed safe and didn't really get that hurt, but we smashed some things over each other's head.
And you made it look very real.
Yes.
Is it totally the kind of film where CIA consultants are necessary or not at all?
Well, we did actually. We had the great benefit of having Robert Baer, former CIA officer, come and consult with us. And that was very interesting. That was a very, very interesting and informative process, and we were, I think, really able to utilize what he taught us and put it into the film. Many things like the difference between the old CIA and the new CIA. He represents the, you know, the sort of generation that, the old school generation, that, you know, rely more on human intelligence, going out there, actually on the ground, making the contacts, getting information, whereas my character, as you see in the film, relies more on technology and satellites and things like that. So,
Was it the same for you?
Yes, I was. I found it really fascinating talking to a guy who really worked in the CIA, and he confirmed a lot of things that I think we were both thinking. And it's good to know that there are guys like that in the world.
Thank you so much.